Hello and welcome to The Truth in My Opinion, the podcast where I, Cody Darla, ask a guest to bring me the 3 news stories they think should be on all of our lips. And this week, I'm on holiday. So what better way to usher in my time abroad than to welcome onto the show real-life foreigner and stand-up comedian, Evaldas Karosas.
Hey, I'm glad to be the first ethnic guest on, I guess.
Do you know, I was thinking about this. I think you might be.
Am I?
Wow,
that's crazy. You need to work on your DUI.
Well, actually, yeah, I really do, actually. Well, apart from I've had some Irish people on.
Oh, yeah, that kind of counts. We have a similar history.
You really do.
Yeah.
So you are Lithuanian.
Yes, I am, yes.
You're Lithuanian. What is Lithuanian comedy like?
It's just, that's a good question. It's American. It's just American.
Oh, really?
That's all we consume is just American stuff.
Is that why you've got an American accent?
Well, I'm faking it, kind of. I'm faking it because this is like I'm aiming for it.
I see.
If you listen to me for more than 2 minutes, you're like, this is not American. He's butchering. It's obvious he's trying.
He's butchering the American accent. That's quite a feat, actually. But yeah, is Lithuania? Were you gigging in Lithuania then? Because you live in London, obviously.
Yeah, I live in London.
Were you a stand-up comedian in Lithuania before?
I did. I actually started in Manchester.
Okay.
Yeah. And then during COVID, I went to Lithuania because this closed down and Lithuania opened up. So I kind of avoided COVID.
No way.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What the hell?
Like I was at home for like 2 months only.
Okay. What? So Lithuania had no restrictions,
so they had crazy restrictions, but you guys were still open.
We didn't think Brits could die.
It's also like the post-communistic country. So they're like, if the government tells you to do something, you just do it. So the government was like, we need to close down. We're like, okay, we're just going to close down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. From the old, I guess for fear of being sent to the
Yeah,
gulag.
yeah. Like I feel like you can really see it in like post-Soviet Union countries, like the old people. Like if you're in a uniform and you tell them something, they'll do it.
Really?
Yeah, there's just such a fear of like authority.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know what? They didn't die because of COVID, so it's good.
Yeah, maybe there's a good like sort of poster boy for communism. Maybe.
Yeah.
If we were communists, maybe fewer people would have died.
You won't die from COVID.
Yeah, communism makes you immune from COVID. I googled. I don't know much about Lithuania.
No one does. Yeah.
I googled Lithuanian-Russian relationship because you're also half Russian.
Yes, I'm half Lithuanian, half Russian, and then it's actually half Lithuanian and half Russian-Ukrainian.
Okay, right. Even
Google
crazier.
now.
Google told me.
Google Russian-Ukrainian relationship.
Google told me both the Russian-Ukrainian relationship and the Lithuanian-Russian relationship is not good at the moment.
No. Our bosses in Lithuania are saying kind of like fuck Russia.
Really?
Like they actually have that they say like love Ukraine, kind of like
okay,
get away with Russia, So there's like huge tensions and stuff.
Oh my god! So the buses are like propaganda billboards.
Yeah.
Again, sorry, I walked straight into that. Propaganda.
No, propaganda.
This is actually a pro-Russian podcast.
Well, it can be a good propaganda.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's true. Propaganda doesn't have to be.
But like we're good at propaganda again, post-communism, right? Like they know what to do. Like use the buses. I never see the buses here used for propaganda. It's always just for like musicals.
That's so true. It's musicals or like the week period where the Queen died. And
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
Queen Elizabeth. That's the closest we got to propaganda.
Or shaving creams. Like you really, you
Which,
don't know
in a
what to
way-
do with the buses.
Yeah, it's just capitalist propaganda, I guess.
Yeah, that is true. Every
Yeah.
time I see it, I'm like, you could be, making me believe that I should be taxed more. But you're using, that's crazy.
So is in other periods are the buses used to send out political messaging, or is it just during the recent tensions?
No, to be fair, I don't. If I actually think about it, I do think that they didn't have any images on them under communism. They were just really old and bad. So it does send a message of some sorts.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's just like I don't think this works. It's the message.
Yeah, that's the Western propaganda when the
That
bus
is the
doesn't
Western.
run.
Our
Yeah.
buses were probably bought by the Westerners.
Designed to break down. Take
Yeah.
that, communism. So, Evaldas, you're going to the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes.
You're doing your debut show.
Yes.
Which is called
Very Capable Man.
A Very Capable Man. What's your show about?
So I actually, because I do stand-up
Yes.
all the time, and I do like a lot of club comedy, obviously.
Yeah.
So like, initially I was like, I'm gonna have no narrative, So I'm
Okay.
just gonna have like it's just gonna be jokes,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna be like 50 minutes of jokes and then 55 minutes of jokes. But then as I started doing hours, I've realized that like, well, something still comes out. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want narrative or not. Like if you're actually working on an hour and you want to keep people's attention,
Yeah.
it has to be more than just jokes. Like there needs to be like substance that comes out.
Yeah.
So like, and then you kind of realize like, wait, like I'm actually talking about this and this and this. So it's mostly about just I'm covering 3 things, just kind of growing up poor. You know, again, communism. This is really. I didn't expect this is gonna be like this, but
Yeah, I didn't expect to walk straight into a
Into
sort of
the-
ideological argument
Yeah.
with this episode either. But, yeah.
but anyway, so that I growing up poor, and then just kind of being an immigrant,
Yeah.
and then a lot of just like what it's like to be a man. But like I feel like all of it is still there's like an underlying of like I see everything for like it's kind of like a male perspective,
Yeah.
which we need, you know.
Yeah, we need more of.
We need
yes,
more,
we
and-
need more of.
Yeah,
we
I
need more
reckon-
capitalist propaganda and more male
More male
gaze.
perspective, yeah, and that is my show. That is genuinely my show.
That is going to be. I can't wait for this episode. It's going to be great. So, Evaldas, the question I ask every single person who comes on this podcast is: are you a newsy person?
No, not really.
You don't enjoy the news.
No, I don't really. I go in waves.
Yeah.
I go in waves. Like I'm always obviously like aware of like the big things that are happening.
Yeah.
But like I follow like some things
Yeah.
quite like precisely.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that you can follow if you want to follow something to like a crazy degree.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard, isn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like you just don't have time. So I'm
It's
like
true.
So like I follow AI very closely because I'm afraid of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like I follow, but like very close, like all the models, like the new like iteration. Like I read the papers that come out and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that is more like sort of 21st century, like prepping, isn't it?
That
you
is
don't, you don't
exactly
go into the
what it
forest
is.
anymore. You're just monitoring sort of Digital Eye magazine or something.
Every time a new model comes out, and I know where to find those, like this, even the Chinese models, like I just download them on my PC and then I'm like write a joke. And then it comes out badly, and I'm like, yes. Not yet.
I'm secure for another few days.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's a new one. I'm like, let's do it again.
That is so funny.
I actually predicted this, and everyone made fun of me. So about 6 months ago, I said that there's going to be Instagram stand-up comedians, and no one's going to know that it's all AI generated.
What is in the actual clip of the comedian?
Yeah, it's going to be just clips on stage,
Mm.
pretending that this is an actual clip.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be like a super hot lady with like huge tits. And then she's just going to be doing like crazy good jokes. And it's going to be like an account like 100,000 followers. And I said that and people laughed at me and I keep seeing them pop up.
They're just still quite bad at comedy.
Well, I think what people are doing now, they sometimes go to a comedy show. And then they record jokes.
Oh.
And then they take those good jokes from actual people, put them on like a Chinese AI, make a really like hot. It doesn't have to be a lady. Make a raccoon with big tits.
Yeah.
Do the joke.
It has to have tits.
It has to have tits. It has
Whatever
to.
you generate, it does have to have tits, but they don't have to be hot or anything.
You can hit like different markets, you know, like raccoon with big tits or like a snake with big tits. It doesn't matter. And then what happens is that like I saw like a 70,000 follower account, right? So they're making good money with this.
Yeah.
And people do not understand that this is AI.
Yes. Oh
And
my
like
god.
and like these jokes, I'm like, I think these jokes are actually written by real comedians, and you stole this.
Oh my god.
So like this is like a new problem, and so like I'm following all this closely, like to get ahead. But the thing is how can I get ahead?
No, you can't. You're going to lose.
Exactly. So I'm just following it to be scared.
So, Evaldas, I should say, as we said at the top of this podcast, this is the holiday episode of The Truth in My Opinion. So, what you've brought aren't actually incredibly topical stories, but they're stories that
pop up in my life.
That pop up in your life in particular. And I am really looking forward to diving into them because some of them were quite unexpected.
Oh, that's great.
Some of them
That's
were
what I
unexpected.
wanted.
So this is the sort of non-topical truth, in my opinion, that no doubt involves things that we're all talking about and bother us. So
Yes.
what I want you to now do, Evaldas, is please deliver your first non-topical headline.
Communist News Headline 1. Amazon admits that its drivers have to pee in bottles.
I love it. It's
Yeah.
like I'm there in communist Lithuania.
And that's what they would read, right? Because this is like,
Of course.
yeah, fuck capitalism.
Of course. This
You
is
know,
the
this
fuck
is what capitalism
headline.
does, is you have to pee in bottles.
Yes. Okay. I'm liking it. This idea is really coming together. So
Yeah.
tell me what this. I mean, I think people probably will be familiar with this idea that Amazon treat their workers
Yeah.
terribly.
I am so familiar with all of that.
Yes. So
Because I used to work in factories.
tell me what the story is, and then we'll get into your factory.
So the whole story is just like, it doesn't really matter which headline you choose. It's all about the same thing, right? It's about just that Amazon makes so that you don't really have time to use a toilet. right? Even if you're a driver or if you're a factory worker,
Yeah.
like sometimes you'll have to, take out the bottle of Lucozade,
Yeah.
probably empty, and then you pee in it, and then basically that's the stories that the Amazon mistreats people. And then obviously they first said like, we never do that.
Yeah, this was a tweet, right, ages ago.
Yeah. They were like, we would never do that. And then there was like so many pictures that people posted of like just bottles lined up outside of Amazon factories full of pee. And
yeah,
then
the factories as well, right? So it was like the
Yeah,
van
yeah.
drivers and then the factories.
Yeah, because they have like quotas.
That's wild.
And then basically the people posted the pictures of like all the pee bottles. You could actually find them. Like there was a guy who actually collected them and sold them on Amazon. Did you know this story?
No.
So he did a Kavai's documentary about how he made it. So because he's like a smart guy who has like a YouTube channel who like pranks like companies. So what he did is actually he took the bottles, pretended it's an energy drink, and he made a top 1 bestseller energy drink, and he just sold Amazon pee.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
But
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
I haven't heard of that. But also this is like this was like last week, right, at the Met Gala, that there was the group Everyone Hates Elon. They snuck in like 300 bottles of piss.
Oh, I didn't know about this. No.
Yeah, so if this is the same
it's
reference,
topical.
basically. So in a way, we wandered into a topical
Damn.
headline.
What about your holiday?
But it's still a very communist headline.
Yeah. Well, wait until my take.
Yeah. So tell me. So you used to work in factories, what, like kind of like Amazon warehouses.
So I'll tell it from the beginning. So when
Okay.
about 10 years ago, like, because I was in Lithuania, this is pre-Brexit. So loads of people would go to the UK for like a summer to just like earn money and then go back to Lithuania. So I was 18, 19, and I did that. So there was an agency, and they send you out to work in factories, and then you earn a bit of money, and then you go back home. So,
No way.
Yeah, so I did that, and the job interview is crazy. So you go there, and they go like, "Oh, you have to do a test. It's like an IQ test." And then they take out a box, and they open the box, and it's like full of glass plastic balls. And then they open another box, and they go, "Take those balls and put into that box." And then you go like, "Well, it's kind of easy, isn't it? Like there must be like a trick to this." And then the lady goes, "There's no trick. Just take the plastic balls, put them in the box." And then I did that, and she goes, "You passed." And then I was like, wait. So do people fail? And she was like, "All the time."
What?
They take the plastic balls, they just look at them. Or like, ooh, a plastic ball. Or they like take them and drop them. So like, if you can do that, you can work in a factory.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
So they were testing you to see how kind of distracted you get about what task you're doing.
Exactly. So like, can you actually commit to a task for a minute?
Oh my God.
And she said that loads of people fail. Isn't that insane?
What the fuck? That is mental.
She was like, "This is the best I've ever seen anybody." It's like, have you done this before?
You're a natural. Oh my God, you found your talent.
I think you should be a manager. And then basically, so my friend and I were actually both doing that. And then we got sent out, and then they give you a place to live. So first of all, you live in like this like full of like Eastern European kind of house. And it's like a shit house. And there's like...
In the UK?
In the UK. It's like, I think it was in the town called Boston.
Oh,
and
yes,
you know what?
like Boston and Skegness.
Yeah, so I was going, and they were like, "This is in Boston." And then I thought, I don't know why. I thought it's American Boston. I was like, I thought it's in the U.S. And like Louis C.K.'s from there. Like I was like, and then I go there, I was like, oh wait, this is not good.
No, it's the namesake, I believe, but two incredibly different places.
It's
Boston.
a very different place, that place, than you would imagine
Yes.
Boston would be. Like,
So-
even the river is just dry. The river just left. It's insane.
Even the river's gone to Boston.
Yeah,
in
it's
America.
crazy. So I go there, and then we live in this like place with like honestly, it's just such a small house, and there's like 15 of us. It's just like we're all Eastern Europeans. It's all kind of Eastern Europeans, and like it's just crazy people. They're crazy people. And then you don't even know where you're gonna work. Like they tell you where you're gonna, in what kind of factory you're gonna work, like the day prior. So like they can send you to all kind of places. So you would go to a flower factory one day, and it's like, oh, this is nice, roses and stuff. But most of the time, they sent me to a meat factory.
Oh
So I had to go and like shovel chicken hearts and.
Oh, Evaldas, this sounds horrifying.
Hey, someone has to do it.
Oh my God.
It's actually, well, to be fair, we were going. Me and my friend was like, we hope it's not a meat factory. It was like, we hope it's not a meat factory. And then they sent us a message like, this is a meat factory. And then we go there, and I'll never forget. It's just like we're dressed in like these white robes, me and my friend, and we're both shoveling chicken hearts, like thousands of them. And then we look at each other, and we're covered in like chicken blood, and we look at each other like, "This is the UK, eh? This is Boston."
We're in Boston, baby.
This is crazy.
Just the sound of slaughtered animals piercing the air.
Well, they
This is Boston.
actually the slaughterhouse is beside it, right? So
Okay.
like they kill animals there, and then it's so funny. This is how human brain works, right? We're in the meat factory, and we're like, hey, the slaughterhouse people must be crazy. We could never do that, and I'm saying that as I'm like tearing kidneys apart.
Jesus Christ! So what? So okay. So how was this a similar? Do you recognize this kind of Bezos, Amazon type exploitation?
So Amazon factories, we were like, please. We were like, can we work in it? Like, it's like the best thing you could get. So like
I mean, you've set an incredibly low bar.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So there was my friend, and like she was in the UK for quite some time at that point, and she came through a place. She came through the same agency, and then basically she was there for a few years, and she worked in an Amazon factory, and we were so jealous. We were like, can we want to do that?
God.
And then actually she took me on tour once. Because she was like doing a night shift, so there was like you can just go in, and then we were walking around. I was like, "This is amazing."
There's no chicken hearts anywhere.
Yeah, there's like you don't have to like. There's no like remains of pigs. There's robots. There's robots.
God.
And then what happened? Do you know how this story came out? So
The piss bottle story.
The first time, what happened? Like, do you know the origins of it?
No.
It actually came out at a similar time as I was working in the factories. So this guy, he wanted to write a book about what it's like to be like a lower working class in the UK. So he went undercover to factories.
And he went to the Amazon ones.
So he went to the Amazon ones. He didn't want to do the meat factories, probably. You don't want to go that hardcover undercover.
He went to the best sort of exploitative workplace around, which is the Amazon factory.
It's also just so funny to be like, I'm going undercover. That's my life, man. You're undercover like that's my life. You know, it also reminds me like the owner of the meat factory, he would sometimes force his son to work with us as like a punishment.
Oh my God.
So if he misbehaved, he would like work with us, and like I could see him looking at me and like gaining perspective about his life.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
So this guy goes undercover in an Amazon warehouse and sees people pissing in bottles.
So like he sees people pissing in bottles, right? So that's where this all starts coming out, right? And then he comes out, and then what happens is that like I am working in factories at the time, and this story comes out, and you know what? Like I hear this, and I'm like. Because everyone in the UK, they're like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Like Amazon, like is mistreating their workers.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I hear this and I'm like, how good is this job? That you would pee in a bottle to keep it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, because they actually tried to contact the people who peed in bottles. Like, they actually like just being like, can you please contact us?
Well, Amazon did.
No, like the interview, like all like BBC and the Guardian and stuff. They tried to be like, who are you? And no one ever came out. You know why? Because their managers know. Well, probably.
God, yeah.
They didn't want to lose the job.
God, this is horrible.
What about that twist on a story?
Yeah, guys, fucking suck it up. Evaldas is fucking shoveling chicken hearts.
No,
with
but
with the meat factory guy's son. I didn't think you could make that headline worse, but you did. You achieved it. You achieved it. Well, Evaldas, thank you for that first headline.
Yeah, no worries.
an unconventional take, but I think one you've earned.
Thank you.
You've really earned that.
It's a lived experience. It's undeniable.
It's completely undeniable lived experience. I'm sorry you were sent to Boston in the UK rather than the real Boston.
And, you know, I wish it was Amazon, but it's
imagine a young Evaldas getting sent to an Amazon warehouse in Boston, USA. You'd have lost your mind.
I would have stayed. I would have stayed.
Okay, brilliant. Evaldas, could you please now deliver your second headline?
The enhanced games failed to deliver.
Very good.
This is actually quite topical.
Sharp. This is topical, but because it happens yearly, we can really. It doesn't matter that.
Wait, has it happened before?
Well, I think it's going to happen again, was my point.
Yeah.
It's like the Olympics. We can talk about the Olympics. When an Olympic Games happens, we can talk about it for 4 years, and it's still kind of topical.
Yeah.
So
and this is going to happen again, definitely.
Yes,
although their stocks after this, they dropped by half.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, it was such a fiasco. It was so funny to watch.
So
I watched it all. Like, I watched it. Like,
you
consumed
didn't?
It. Yeah.
You watched it. So tell me what the enhanced games are to begin with.
So basically, the enhanced games is just like a Silicon Valley project, right? So this is backed by Peter Thiel and stuff.
Yes.
So this is all
Don Jr., right? Donald Trump.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's literally the worst people in Silicon Valley have
So it's all the
backed
same
enhanced
group,
games.
right? So it's just the people who are like, the Peter Thiel and his guys, they're like transhumanists. You know, like the philosophy they have is that like, so basically they think that the whole thing about transhumanism is that AI is going to get so good that at one point we will merge with the AI, and then we're going to be like these kind of like cyborgs and stuff.
It can augment our health.
Exactly, it's going to be like cyberpunk future, right? So this is actually this is actually what they're doing. Like they're talking about these as this is like the first step towards that. The enhanced games.
Okay, I didn't realize that was sort of the basis. So it's essentially the Olympic Games that allows doping.
Exactly, but not all kind of doping though, which is kind of sad. I wish they just allow them to go all the way in. It actually just FDA approved stuff, so it's like it's only growth hormone, testosterone, and like just basic stuff. Like I don't think they're allowed like trenbolone. Like I know my steroids.
Okay.
I know. I go to a calisthenics gym in a park.
Okay.
Everyone's on steroids. I've had these conversations. Everyone's on steroids there. This is it. Like calisthenics gym, you would assume because it's just like guys just doing like pull-ups.
Yeah, just like
so
standing
they would
on
be
their
like
head.
the healthiest guys. No, they are the most enhanced people.
Just to go and like stand on your hands in
to
a
do
park.
pull-ups. Isn't that crazy?
That is
just
insane.
20 I can pull myself up, but my kidney doesn't work. And I'm an accountant.
That's insane.
Yeah, but they're like, and then you know, like you work out there, and like, and it actually like you can feel how like your view on steroids shift because it's just like, because they go up to you, it's like just go on one cycle, man, like just one cycle.
Oh my god.
Because it's just such a normal thing, and I think steroids are becoming just so much more normalized. And you know why? I think it's because what's happening is that like in this kind of like social media culture, right?
Yeah.
We have a lot of like famous women coming out and like talking about the realities of like just being always just like on a diet and then always having like all kind of surgeries done.
Yeah.
And the way women react to that, like women watch this and they go like, thank you for coming out and telling us about the realities of the industry and like how hard it is. But what's happening is that men started doing the same thing. So men come out and they're like, guys, I actually lied to you. I was always on steroids, right? Like I was selling you a lie. You can't look like this if you're natural. And then the men are looking at this and they go like, I'm going to go on steroids.
Really?
I don't think men are like, oh, thank you so much for telling us. No, men are like, what are you on?
I need to go to my local park and take steroids right now.
And 12-year-old boys, they're on like, they're like, are you
God.
on trend? Like, that's why. And I think.
What the fuck? That's insane.
So I think it doesn't, like, we need to, all these guys need to go back to lying. Yeah. They need to go back to be like, I'm actually natural. Because men's brain don't work like that.
Oh my God, you're right. They do need to, and then hopefully people will stop taking steroids.
Exactly, because I feel like
mean.
Because guys go like, well, like I guess I have to if I want the bicep.
Yeah.
They don't go like, oh, it kills my liver.
Jesus
they go like,
Christ.
I'll do it. So basically, so the whole thing is that like they're all on steroids, right?
Yeah.
And they're all on like the FDA approved.
Yes.
And what they wanted to do in there is to show like the human capabilities.
Yes, at the enhanced games, pushing the human capability.
If you allow humans to like enhance themselves, well, first of all, it's flawed logic because Olympics is just kind of enhanced. Like,
because the thing is, that's it, isn't it? It's like the Olympics. You are watching someone push their body to the extreme and train for years. The enhanced games are actually a lot of those same people, but being allowed to take substances to enhance their performance.
Well, so they're actually used to be at that level, the Olympic level. And now they're a bit too old, or like they were never Olympic level. They were kind of like second rate. Like they were never. They were like very, very high at their thing, but they never were Olympic level. So this is like the best paycheck for them because a winner gets like a $500,000, like which is unseen.
Yes, I think it's $250,000 if you come first in an event, which, like you say, is crazy. I think like Paris Olympics was like €93,000 if you win an event. If you break a world record,
that's what happens when Silicon Valley is in charge.
Yes, but if you break a record, it's you win $1 million. But what's interesting about the story is that they only broke one world record.
Well, the craziest part is that mostly it was running, and then I think it was something, not with swimming, but something else. The people that won were actually clean.
Yes. So this is also something weird. Yes, you're right. It was Fred. Is it Fred Curley?
Yeah. He's actually such an annoying guy.
He's under sanction.
It's actually so sad that he proved his point. I don't know if you ever see him speak. It's actually crazy how narcissistic he is. It's
really
insane. Like he's just like, well, he's playing like, because he's talking like, how boxers talk like shit to like get followers.
Yeah.
So he's kind of doing that in like a different sport. You can't do that in swimming. You know what I mean?
You can't do that.
You can't just stand there at like the starting line, go up to people like, I'm gonna fuck you up, man. No, this is running.
Yeah, you're just running. You're just trying to run as fast as you can. But yeah, you're right. There were some people who weren't doping, which was weird, and they came first in quite a lot of the events. But equally, so here it is. So according to the data, 36 out of 42 competitors were doping. So so most of them. But the people who weren't doping are still banned now from competing, which is what's strange. By them engaging with the.
So they banned them at the end?
Yeah, so they're still banned from competing, even though they technically didn't. Well, they didn't dope, so they say. But the main, like you say, the main influence here is that there are these the most despicable men, who are the Silicon Valley, the Peter Thiels, are kind of invested loads of money in this event that was live streamed on YouTube. You watched it, and 250,000 other people watched it, and it was in Las Vegas.
We were chatting with all of them.
What was
live chat?
What was the live chat like?
Oh, every time they didn't get a world record, the whole chat is like, for nothing. For nothing.
But it's
all
true.
This money.
But it's true. Like, because that's what I thought. I was like, okay, at least this is just going to be an event full of freaks just smashing world records. It's not going to mean anything because they're taking like drugs for it.
Well, it's unofficial. Like none of them is world records.
Exactly. So, but then only one person did it, which makes it sad.
But also, he did it because you can say it because of the suit. So, like in swimming, they banned the suit in like 2015 because the suit is just like, I don't know what kind of magical suit that is.
Yes.
But it just makes it so that like you swim better.
Yes.
And they were allowed to wear that. So
there's so many things. So it might not even have been the doping. That's mental.
But you know what? But it's also it's kind of awesome that it didn't work because it's funny. But it's also just like, it just shows like genetics is everything, right?
Yeah.
Like good genetics, like the Olympic level genetics. They are just like on such high level that you can take growth hormone and still not be as good as like Michael Phelps, who's like just been born to do it.
Yeah, well, totally. And also, it's just like, stop fucking dicking around. I'm glad it fell on its ass. No one broke a record. It was all kind of embarrassing. They're all now banned from competing in sports.
Yeah.
They're all wearing stupid swimming outfits. And Peter Thiel has lost a load of money. And I'm like, good, actually. This is kind of a good news story.
They're probably going to do it last
losers.
year. I reckon in 5 years, it's going to be to the level where they're just going to transition fully to cyberpunk, where it's just going to be like fake limbs.
Yeah, or it's just going to be like AI robots. Like, this doesn't mean anything. It's like in one of the marathons, there was a robot that ran. And he did really well, and I'm like, I'm not impressed by that in any way. Okay, it's a fucking robot.
But wouldn't you watch like UFC or whatever, where it's just like they actually have like robot arms? You wouldn't, because I would. I'm sorry.
You just want to watch someone get murdered in a ring.
If they actually make this work, but like they actually like artificially enhance them, I reckon I do think that it's gonna be more popular than the Olympics in time. I think we're gonna because it's like. Well, I guess do you think that like we're gonna reach the cyberpunk future in the future? You know what I mean? Like, is that gonna happen or not? Like, I don't know if it's a good thing, but I do think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you might be right. But thankfully, it's fallen on its ass.
Oh,
in this
for
moment.
now, yeah.
So, Evaldas, thank you so much for your second headline. Yeah. If you could please now deliver your third and final headline.
Yeah, this is the one I'm excited the most about. Inside One: Americans Hunt for Bin Laden.
So this is a story, like you say, that you keep seeing, even though it's about Bin Laden.
My algorithm knows me. What can I say?
2011. So this is actually, I hadn't heard of this story, but it is a mad story that I do believe everyone should know about.
It's a very human story.
It's a very human story. So
fill
us in. So what is this? What is this story?
So. There was a man named Gary, and I think it was like 2011 or something. So he was just like, he's a bit crazy, he's religious, he's American, he likes guns, very American. And then basically he gets diagnosed with like liver disease or something. And then he realizes
kidney disease.
Yeah, kidney disease, yeah. And he goes, before I die, I need to do something. He goes, I need to kill Bin Laden. Right. So he makes 7 trips to Pakistan to try and locate Bin Laden.
Okay, I don't mean to keep correcting you. 11 trips.
11 trips.
He makes, according to the Wikipedia
that's so much better.
page, he makes 11 trips to Pakistan.
What I love about the story is that his brother actually knew about it the whole time.
Yes.
And his brother would take him to the airport. And then we'll be like, yeah, I guess go hunt Bin Laden.
Yeah, it's perhaps the most American story you might ever hear. Because like you say, what's more kind of concerning is not necessarily this guy called Gary Brooks Faulkner being like, I'm going to kill Bin Laden. It's the people around him being like, Oh, good for you.
Well, clearly his brother must be a bit crazy too.
They
His
all
brother
sound
is
the
like,
same.
maybe he's like, I kind of want my brother to kill Bin Laden. That's good for the family name.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
So basically, okay, I'll continue. So basically, he makes like 11 trips to
Yeah.
Pakistan, right? So he's like on the border where he thinks Bin Laden's gonna be.
Yeah.
And one time he's there, he's like sneaks past like guards to whatever. He's looking through binoculars, and he sees a man out of a cave talking to a walkie-talkie, like just outside of caves. And he goes, I think this is Bin Laden. And the next trip, I'm gonna kill him. So he goes back home. He prepares for the trip. His brother again takes him to the airport, and then his brother was like, "Are you?" He was like, "Are you planning to come back?" And then his brother goes, well, the main guy, he goes, "Yeah, I am planning to take him alive. I have handcuffs." And then he goes to Pakistan. He's crossing the border, and then obviously the border patrol, they go like, "What is this? What are you doing?" They caught him, and they go like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm gonna kill Bin Laden." And then they open his backpack, and in his backpack he has night vision goggles,
Yeah.
40-inch sword,
Yeah.
a rifle, handcuffs, and a Bible. And then they catch him, they send him back. His brother gets a call. His brother says, "Oh my God, is he alive?"
Yes. He was a bit worried he might have been killed by Bin Laden.
Yes. Oh, I wonder if his brother was like, "I hope he did it." I hope he fucking did it.
Yeah, so this is 2010, and then in 2016 they made a film about it with Nicolas Cage.
They made a film about it.
Yeah, basically, I think it's like the Nicolas Cage film is One Man Army, I think. Do you remember that there was a trailer? It's like Nicolas Cage just plays a
did I not
madman.
hear about this?
I think it's based on this guy, Gary. But this is just another example, I think, of the kind of the sort of mental delusions that
Yeah.
only the nation of America can give a person.
Yeah, there's something about Americans where
There's
it's
just something about, because that was part of
it's
the reason
entrepreneurship.
entrepreneurship,
Yeah,
exactly.
entrepreneurship, yeah.
But that was kind of partly the reason why he sort of did it. He was like, I need to show Bin Laden that you don't mess with Americans.
You don't mess with Americans, yeah.
We're not cowards.
And everyone there thinks that like I'll be the one to do it. Like it's actually like kind of like the mindset of like Columbus, you know? Like that's
It's just like reverse Columbus. He's
but
going-
there's I feel like it's still like all of us have that a bit of like, you know, like this kind of like well, before I die, I want to go
Yeah.
on this like adventure. You know, like there's like
Yes.
this manly call for like adventure, but he took it to the extreme.
He really did. I mean, there's on a couple of occasions he tried to enter Pakistan on a hang glider. Did you hear about this?
I didn't see that
he,
either.
He tried to train himself. This is his brother saying he decided he was going to enter Pakistan on a hang glider, but he didn't know how to hang glide. So he then went to Israel for some reason to train to use a hang glider, and then basically
Where's the
built-
best place?
Yeah,
for a hang
apparently
glider?
he was like Israel,
Must
and
be.
then he built this hang glider because he wanted to have it in his backpack. So he needed to construct it. He went to Israel, constructed it, and fell and injured himself. It didn't even work.
Oh my God! But I mean, he didn't die, so that's crazy.
And no, but then he tried to enter Pakistan on a boat, and then there was a hurricane. This is. I really do feel like if people are interested in this, you should read it.
So the police
because-
said that they couldn't believe how far he actually went. You know, Bin Laden was 200 miles away.
Did he actually almost find him?
200 miles away. I mean, you had to cross the mountains, but it was 200 miles away. So he was probably planning to hang glide to Bin Laden.
Yeah, my favorite bit about the story is that the Pakistani authorities arrested him and they just didn't charge him with anything.
Yeah, because they were like, this is pretty cool. I wonder if Bin Laden was aware, like, because he probably has like a you know, he's like a master of spies, I'm sure, in there. You know, like he
Yeah.
probably has his people everywhere. I wonder if someone at one point, like Bin Laden's in a cave, and they go up, it's like, Gary's looking for you. You gotta be careful.
There's a guy called Gary.
He's in Israel learning how to hang glide. He's building boats, man. Like he has
true.
night vision goggles.
He does actually. I mean, maybe if it weren't for his kidney disease, he might have done it.
So, you know, I also chose this story because it's like it does every time it pops up, it reminds me of like I have a story that I like to tell. Is about how I was taken to jail the first time I crossed the French border.
So what happened? What happened? You got arrested?
So I was like when I finished high school, I took a gap year and I went to Barcelona, and then I was like looking for I wanted to find a job there with my friend, and then we just kind of like. We just didn't find the job, and we just kind of like smoked our money away on all kind of stuff. And and then basically what happened is we have no money anymore. Let's hitchhike back home, right? So we were just like, we have no money. We have like, I swear, like 40 euros each. No food, nothing. We're like, we have to really hitchhike home.
we have to get
We
home.
have to get home. It's like 1,500 miles or something. Like it's
Oh
a
my
lot.
god! It's like race across the world.
Yeah, so we kind of We were 40 euros in. We were kind of homeless. We tried to steal from shops. Like we tried to steal food.
Oh my god!
And then I remember me and my friend we did rock paper scissors. Who's gonna go steal from shop to get some food? And then I remember he lost. He goes in a store, and I'm just looking, and then I see the security guard just takes him out.
No!
And I was like, I don't think we can do this. This is not us.
Jesus Christ!
So basically, we're like, okay, let's hitchhike home. And then we were hitchhiking, and I'll say this, movies lie because no one stopped. So we were hitchhiking, we were walking loads, and then finally someone stops, right? So stops this guy, this mid-30s guy, and he stops. We walk into the car, and he's like, where are you going? And we were like, well, the first stop we want is to go to Paris, because that's on the way, because we wanted a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm actually going to Paris, and it's really far away, so I can drive you the whole way. And he goes, but you do have to give me some money for the gas. I'm like, we're kind of hitchhiking here, so it's not how it works. But he goes, just any money. And then we had 30 euros each at that point, as I said. So we gave him all of our money. We're like, okay, just drive us there, right? So he gave us all of our money, and we gave him all of our money. We're driving. It seems okay. He's a bit of a weird guy. So we stopped to sleep. We're sleeping on on the side of the road. I'm sleeping. I wake up. He's strangling my friend.
What?
He's just strangling my friend. My friend's like, help, help, help. I'm like, oh shit. And I kind of start shaking the guy, and he wakes up. So he was sleeping. Because he was like, oh, I just had a dream that you took my money. And he goes, sorry. And just goes back to sleep.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And then my friend and I were like, I think we need to have a little chat outside. So we go outside, we speak with my friend, was like, should we leave this guy?
Was I almost just killed?
Well, my friend was like, we gave him 30 euros each. So I think we should stay.
Oh my god.
And I was like, well, you were the one being strangled, so you make a decision. And then he was like, let's stay. So we stay with him. And the next day we're driving. And then he stops at the side of the road. And he goes, we ran out of gas. Right? And then we were like, well, we gave you the money. He's like, I actually have no money. We ran out of gas. He goes, we're going to steal gas. He's like, I'm going to go at the gas station. I'm going to steal some gas. And then we're going to just drive away. And we were like, well, you're going to do it. We don't care.
Yeah.
So we go to the gas station. And then he goes, pulls the gas puts the gas in, and then he just drives off. But the lady catches him doing that. She runs out, and then she stands in front of him, and she just goes over. He just she bounces, not too hard, but she bounces over. And then he just drives off. We were like, Jesus Christ. Police immediately is on us.
Oh my god.
There's 5 cars just chasing us. He's going 1,600 miles an hour. It's like a GTA chase. It's happening for an hour. They put spikes in the middle of the road.
Oh my god.
We're going, there's spikes there. And as he stops, obviously, for the spikes. And then this is the craziest part, is that we're sitting there. The police is coming with their guns. They're coming. And then, I can't believe, they go up to him. They're like, open the window. He opens the window and he goes, what's the problem, officer? And the police, they were like, maybe it's the wrong guy. Because he was so what's the problem, officer? He didn't do anything wrong. And then they took us all, they put us in handcuffs.
Oh my god.
They took us to France, to jail.
Well, at least you got there.
Yeah. Because it was we had just crossed the border. And then basically we were in jail, and they asked us what's happening. And they realized we were just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's insane.
And then they just kept the guy in, and they just let us go.
He should have just said you were trying to hunt bin Laden.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The police would have probably let you off. Evaldas, thank you so much for an incredible series of headlines.
Oh, thank you.
And
thank
possibly
you
the most mad story we've
Thank
ever
you.
heard on the podcast. A quick reminder, when your show is at the Edinburgh Fringe?
It's 7:10, Monkey Barrel.
Monkey Barrel. Evaldas.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thank
and,
you so
follow
much
me
for coming
Instagram
on.
and stuff, so.
Yes, what's your Instagram handle?
It's Evaldas Karosas.
Evaldas
If
Karosas.
you
So
can
just
spell that.
Just copy the title of this podcast and then put it into Instagram.
Cool. Thank you.
Evaldas, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.